Hey, welcome to the CBG show. I'm Chris Brentlinger Grant.
And I'm Amar Khan.
This is going to be our last show of 2014, so let's make the most of it. On Sunday, it was discovered that Ohio State scout team defensive lineman Costa Karageorge died from an apparent self-inflicted gun wound. Karageorge had been considered missing for several days. His family says he'd suffered from 5 concussions over the course of his life.
Saturday, the Ohio State Buckeyes beat the dreaded team up north 42-28. Because Chris refuses to even pronounce the name of the University of Michigan, that's why I'm doing this segment. Ohio State sits at 11-1 and is ranked number 6 overall. Of course, only the top 4 teams advance to the college football playoff. The day wasn't all great for the Buckeyes, though, as they lost standout freshman quarterback J.T. Barrett to a fractured ankle. The injury means that Cardale Jones will make his first college start next week in the Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin. Watch out for this one, and as always, go Buckeyes.
In NFL action, Green Bay played New England, and I'm feeling happy. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers took care of business at home, winning 26-21. Pats quarterback Tom Brady was the star of plenty of internet gifs after he went off on the sidelines with 2 minutes left in the game. I know you went to Michigan, Tom, and therefore you're evil, but your wife is pretty hot, so you got a pretty good life going for you. Brady finished with 245 yards and 2 touchdowns on 22 completions. His counterpart, Aaron Rodgers, completed 24 of his 38 attempts for 368 yards and 2 scores. The running backs also played a big role in this one. Eddie Lacy outplayed the split backfield of LeGarrette Blount and Brandon Bolden. Lacy finished with 98 yards. I think this will be a Super Bowl preview. Watch out.
Aaron Rodgers, discount double check, that's what it's about. Anyways, Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos beat the Chiefs 29-16 at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Manning threw for a season-low 197 yards, but he was picked up by running back C.J. Anderson, who had 168 yards on 32 carries. Before the season, it looked like the bulk of the carries in the Denver backfield would go to Monte Ball and Ronnie Hillman, but Anderson has emerged as the guy the past few weeks.
The ultimate game manager, Alex Smith, threw for even fewer yards than Manning with only 153. Jamal Charles didn't do much in this one either. He had a mere 35 yards on 10 carries. The Broncos extend their lead in the AFC West to 2 games and improve their record to 9-3. Kansas City has had their playoff hopes take a major hit. They now sit at 7-5, tied for second in the division with the San Diego Chargers.
Other scores from the weekend include New Orleans beating Pittsburgh 35-32, Atlanta over the Arizona Cardinals 29-18, and Chris's Cincinnati Bengals beating Tampa Bay for the first time in 25 years 14-13.
In other NFL news, show favorite Johnny Manziel replaced Brian Hoyer in the 4th quarter of the Cleveland Browns' loss in Buffalo. Could this be the start of a serious quarterback controversy? We like Hoyer a lot, but Johnny's our dude.
Moving to hockey, the NHL announced their 3 stars for the month of November, and boy, were they spot on. 3rd star of the month went to Nashville Predators goaltender Pekka Rinne. Rinne has been playing like the absolute best goaltender in the world, and he leads the league in wins with 16 and is second in save percentage.
The 2nd star is the most exciting player in the game to watch today, St. Louis Blues forward Vladimir Tarasenko. The dangerous Russian scored 10 goals and notched 17 points in the month, including some spectacular goals. This guy is the real deal.
And 1st star, and incredibly deserving of it, was Calgary Flames defenseman and captain Mark Giordano. Gio finished the month with 16 points, leading all defensemen, and has helped Calgary to the 5th spot in the West. Giordano is easily the most underrated player in the league, and was also Bob McKenzie and Aaron Ward's pick for MVP thus far into the season.
You had to get that Samar Khan shout-out in there. Big news out of Ottawa's former captain Daniel Alfredsson is set to retire on December the 4th. Alfie played for the Detroit Red Wings, but was unable to play this year due to nagging back injuries. Alfredsson played 17 years in Ottawa and sits first in franchise history for most games played and points scored.
Friday Night Hockey was a chance for the Edmonton Oilers to right the sinking ship against the St. Louis Blues. TJ Oshie scored midway through the first to put the Blues up 1-0, but the Oil bounced back strong in the second, scoring twice to take the lead into the third. Kevin Shattenkirk tied the game up just seconds into the third, but the Oilers answered shortly after as Mark Arcobello scored stick-side. Edmonton just couldn't put the nail in the coffin as Alex Pietrangelo scored to force overtime. In overtime, Vladimir Tarasenko left Justin Schultz wondering where he was as he sniped it past Ben Scrivens for the OT win.
We had an offensive shootout in California on Saturday between the San Jose Sharks and Anaheim Ducks, as the concept of goaltending and defense were completely thrown out the window. Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf led the way for the Ducks, each registering 3 points. However, the young guns for the Sharks came up big as Miami of Ohio alum Tommy Wingles had 4 points while Logan Couture scored twice. The Sharks went on to win 6-4.
The only game Sunday was between the Vancouver Canucks and Detroit Red Wings, and it had both teams playing lights out. No, literally. The lights in the stadium went out less than 30 seconds into the game in Joe Louis Arena, causing a 30-minute delay. When the game resumed, the Wings jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the first. Lyndon Vay answered early into the second, and the Canucks seemed to be getting the train rolling. That is until Lucas Pisa swiped a puck into his own net, past goaltender Ryan Miller, giving the Wings a 3-1 lead into the third. The Canucks brought the game to within a goal twice in the third period, but Pavel Datsyuk iced it with an empty net goal as Detroit won 5-3.
We've got some fun matchups as Tuesday, the injury-riddled Boston Bruins face off against the Los Angeles Kings at Staples Center. LA is a remarkable 10-3-1 on home ice. Claude Giroux and Jake Voracek visit Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf on Wednesday. Thursday night's game to watch is St. Louis visiting the Music City to take on the Nashville Predators. Two favorites of the show, Vladimir Tarasenko and Philip Forsberg, will be facing off in that one.
Moving to basketball. A matchup of two Western Conference powerhouses went down Friday night as the Memphis Grizzlies visited the Rose Garden to take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Grizzlies center Marc Gasol reminded folks why he's one of the best players in the league with a special performance, scoring 26 points and adding 9 assists. No one passes the ball better than Big Mark.
Mike Conley, my dude, he went to Ohio State University, was the man running the show in Memphis. He just barely missed out on a triple-double as he had 21 points, 9 assists, and 10 boards. Wes Matthews led the Blazers in scoring with 26 points. Memphis moves to 14-2 with the win, good enough for tops in the league.
Kobe Bryant registered a triple-double, helping his lowly Los Angeles Lakers upset the league-leading Toronto Raptors 122-109 in overtime on Sunday night. The Raptors were missing all-star guard DeMar DeRozan, who's out with a torn groin tendon. Kobe finished the game strong down the stretch, scoring and creating for teammates as he finished with a final stat line of 31 points, 12 assists, and 11 boards.
Tuesday, we've got a matchup between the Milwaukee Bucks and Cleveland Cavaliers as Jabari Parker looks to make a statement against the team who chose not to pick him first overall. Then a battle of the Burbs will take place when the Brooklyn Nets take on the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Thursday, the Cleveland Cavaliers are back in action. They're looking to get a matter of revenge against the Knicks, who handed them a loss at home earlier this season.
Oh, and of note, Kevin Durant, number 35 for the Oklahoma City Thunder, is back. And boy, oh boy, am I excited.
Me too. That's the show for us for today. I'm Chris Brentlinger-Grant.
And I'm Amar Khan.
Everybody have a happy, safe, and healthy holidays. We'll see you in 2015.
See you in the new year. Special shout out to Mitch Flan, who downed 3 hot dogs.